Okay, Bill of Rights speech. So imagine you're a mother or a father in the USSR, and your spouse works for the government, and you find out that they're given an opportunity to get an automobile. And now, in a country like that, automobiles are given to you through the government. And later on, you find out that the government takes that offer back and that your spouse spoke out about it. Now, you're given two options. You can either try to escape the country or you'll be shipped off to Siberia. That's an example of what no freedoms, or in this case, amendments or protections, can do for you. It's a bad situation, and we're just very fortunate that we have these amendments in place and these protections that protect us. And people don't appreciate that enough nowadays. And so I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into that. These amendments were first started when James Madison took time studying the Greeks and how they handled democracy and freedom in their daily lives. And James Madison was quite intrigued by that, and he liked how they did that, and so he tried to incorporate that into our country. He was also super against government involvement in churches, which was completely widespread throughout Europe at that time, and that's one of the main reasons why America is as it is now. Now, I have a personal story of my mother using her freedom of speech to protect innocent lives of children. In St. Louis, she spoke out on a morning show against abortion, and she was able to use her rights to speak out against things to make a point, which is a great thing that we have here in this country. However, though, there are some negatives to freedom of speech and these amendments. It can spread false information. It can also incite violence in certain groups. And there's always limits, whether that be good or bad. So why exactly are the Bill of Rights important? And so here's a biblical view on this. Without these personal protections in place, our civilization as a whole would be completely dysfunctional, as we'd rely on the government for all things of value to us. This mentality, in and of itself, is not how God designed humans to govern the world He gave us. And, well, if it wasn't obvious already, this entire speech is about the First Amendment, specifically freedom of speech, although I've been touching on the whole thing is in its own. The reason I've chosen this amendment is because of the importance it has in America as a whole. This amendment is truly what makes up America, and our lives are based upon this amendment. And like when we go to work or everything that we do uses the First Amendment nowadays, and throughout all the history here in America. Here's an interesting quote I found. There are only two things we should fight for. One is the defense of our homes, and the other is the Bill of Rights. And that was said by Smedley Butler. Now, I was able to see freedom of speech used for both sides in 2018 at a Trump rally. As I was walking in, there were plenty of protesters who were able to use their freedom of speech to show what they thought was right and what they believed in. And I was able to hear the president speak and lots of supporters say why they supported Trump, and it was a great experience. We're super fortunate to be in a country like that where we can hear this kind of stuff, and most places don't have that. Here's another quote I thought was interesting. Religion is like a pair of shoes. Find one that fits you, but don't make me wear your shoes. And that's by George Carlin. Countries like the United Kingdom had huge involvement or the church had huge involvement with the government, and the church was government run. And here in America, we don't have that. There is no affiliation with religion, churches, or anything like that. So you can believe whatever you want to believe without being afraid or worrying about everything. And so in conclusion, just running over everything, the First Amendment is really the most important amendment, as that is what truly makes America America, and we're truly blessed to have that.